Hey everybody, what's up? And welcome back to the garden. Today, of course, we are going to be looking at some more flower arrangements. Are you shocked? You shouldn't be. I guess let's get right on into this. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start this out with the white Freshcutky Raunculus again. Are you surprised by this? I have to admit that these white Freshcutky Raunculus just bloom so incredibly well. They have produced and produced and produced, and they are hands down one of the most productive ranunculus flowers that I have ever grown. It's crazy. To kind of tie this together, I really wanted to stick with a pink and purple theme. So what I did is I went into the garden and grabbed some of this Victoria's Secret mix tulips is what this was called. Ordered these from, I think it was Eden Brothers. These are just a mix of Parrot tulips that are kind of purple, and there's one very, very dark purple / black tulip bloom as well, but very beautiful nonetheless. And we also grabbed a few Mount Tacoma tulips. Overall, I like the look of these double tulips and the Parrot tulips because they are so just full, and these kind of dark colors, the purple and the white, the contrast kind of gives it the feeling of like, ooh, look how elegant I am. This is so fancy. You know what I mean? Maybe just me, no? And you know, I went ahead and I put these in the vase and started playing around with them and arranging them, and I was like, what am I going to do for filler? And then I just realized this actually looks really, really great without filler. Like, this looks beautiful. There's no reason that I have to follow the rules. That's part of having my own cut flower garden, is that I can break the rules and do whatever I want. And I think that this looks beautiful without any filler. I should also mention that I am continuing to work on my photography. Hopefully I'm gonna start getting the kinks out of it soon, and these videos will start looking better. I'm doing the best I can. I am just a person. So going on to our next flower arrangement, we're going to pick another jam jar. We're going to pick some Blue Monday Salvia Sage, which has just started to grow. I think this is Blue Monday. There's a lot of common names for this type of salvia, but I do grow it as a hardy annual in the hoop house. It is just so bright and saturated. Very pretty. For the first time this year, we also had a lot of success with our calendula. This is the Zeolites calendula. So pretty. At first I was worried the stems wouldn't be long enough, but they're getting longer and longer, so that's good. Just orange with tones of kind of rusty reddish. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Also grabbed some salmon and orange colored ranunculus, just really bright ranunculus, saturated colors. Oh, so pretty. And basically all I did was just add them to a jar. I wish I had some kind of awesome floral tips for you guys, but I'm basically just sticking flowers in a jar here. I like how these colors really complement each other. I think it's interesting that the blue from the salvia works so well with this bright orange from, you know, the calendula. I don't know. I just love to experiment with the different stuff. Next up, we are going to do another flower arrangement. Now this one is different. This one is very different. Don't judge it. It did not turn out the way I wanted it to look. It's not my favorite. We picked some Agrostemma first. Then we put it in a jar. We just put it in one of these cheap florist jars. This is a jar I got when somebody sent me flowers a long time ago, and I kept it. Then I added some wheat and some bolted cilantro. I wanted it to look kind of just wild and unkept and like, ooh, look at that wildflower looking bouquet. And I guess it kind of accomplishes that. The cilantro did okay in the vase. This is one of the first times using flower cilantro in the vase. Usually I wait till it goes to seed. It did not wilt, but it stinks. Whew, it smells like cilantro very strongly. Overall, I think it's fine. It's nothing to write home about. It is what it is, you know. It's something that is a lot different than I would normally do. And I am trying to step outside my comfort zone just a little bit, do some different things, maybe get some different looking flower arrangements. I'm not so sure that I would do it again though. Let's move on. Next we have another little jam jar. Really working on picking the last of the ranunculus. They're really starting to slow down now. The first one I wanted to pick is the lemon pastel ranunculus. Most of these are just these bright kind of buttery yellow, some of them a little soft yellow with kind of hints of orange. Very pretty nonetheless. And I was looking around, I was like, what would go with this? And then, boom, the forget-me-nots, the firmament forget-me-nots, bright blue, bright yellow. Yes, you guys go together, right? Yes, totally. So I picked a really big handful of just these bright blue forget-me-nots and put them in my jar. Then with those I arranged the ranunculus, and to tie them all together I have kind of these peach and white tones of Icelandic poppies. We did grow Icelandic poppies in the hoop house last year, but they didn't do too well. We only have a few blooms. I planted them so late, it just didn't work out, unfortunately. Last, but certainly not least, I wanted to add yet another little flower arrangement full of ranunculus. The ranunculus, I just went over there and I picked all of the dark, the light, the pink, the red, all of those kind of hot tones. I picked all those ranunculus and I put them in the jar, and I was just like, wow, that looks really good just on its own, because I mean, hey, I love ranunculus. I knew that I couldn't just say, hey, this is a flower arrangement. I knew that I couldn't say that was a flower arrangement, so I went back and I grabbed the intense colors of my annual Phlox. These annual Phlox colors are from the Dutch Tapestry blend that I planted in the hoop house last fall. They bloomed pretty well, pretty sparsely. I did lose some plants to mold, so that's why you guys haven't seen it yet. But even though this is just simple, I didn't put any foliage in. I love the just intense colors. They are so bright and in your face. And they are definitely a departure from the normal springtime flower arrangements that I have been doing with you guys. The soft pastels, these are just dramatic and fiery, I guess. I think these turned out pretty good. Which one was your favorite? So that's really about it for this one. Hopefully it was helpful. I'm not quite sure if it was. If it was and you're new to the channel, be sure to hit subscribe. Absolutely love to have you making all kinds of new videos about, you know, gardening, growing your own cut flowers, growing vegetables, some DIY projects. Really is a surprise, so if you like a little bit of a surprise, you know, you never know what I'm going to upload. Hit the bell icon to get notifications so you'll know whenever we post something new. Share with your friends, all that good stuff. We're really just trying to grow the channel and welcome more people into our little gardening community here. Don't forget to check out our blog. The link to that is in the description. The blog offers a lot more details about the posts that you see here on YouTube, so be sure to visit the blog. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, we are on Patreon. I always appreciate that so much. Helps me kind of keep things going around here, as well as our subscription soapboxes and individual soapboxes you can check out on my website as well. All the links are down in the description below. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye, guys.